What did my parents do on the day I turned 18? My dad woke me up at 6 in the morning with him down the job application. He told me I had 2 hours to find somewhere else to sleep. He didn't even say happy birthday. All he said was, "You're an adult now." Figured he was joking. Until I saw my Xbox and my clothes all stuffed in trash bags by the front door. My stepmom Rachel was making hotcakes for her own kids like nothing was happening. She didn't even when I asked her where I was supposed to go, she said, "That's what adults figure out." And she just kept flipping those hotcakes like I was already gone. I called my friend Jake thinking I could crash at his place. But his mom said no because Hurley's didn't allow overnight guests. I tried 3 more friends, same thing. By noon, I was sitting in a Walmart parking lot with all my stuff, eating a gas station sandwich, watching families walk by with shopping carts full of birthday decorations and cake mix. I couldn't help but notice the irony. That's when an older guy in a beat, he asked if I needed work. Said he had a moving job and would pay cash that same day. I was desperate, so I said yes. He took me to a nice house in suburbs. A few sketchy guys in hoodies were loading electronics and jewelry into a pickup truck. Something felt wrong, but I needed the money. Then I heard a woman screaming from inside the house, begging them to stop. They weren't movers. They were robbing the place. And they wanted me to be the localizer kid out the master bedroom. I grabbed my bags and ran, as fast as I could down Xbox behind. Because I wasn't in jail for my dad's terrible parenting, I ended up at a 24-hour Denny's with about $12. Trying to make 1 cup of coffee last all night, the waitress kept filling it. She pretended not to notice I was basically homeless. Her name tag said Maria. She had kind eyes behind thick glasses. Around 3 in the morning, a woman in a hospital uniform sat down across from me. Turns out she's a night manager just shooting her double shift. She asked if I were okay, and I just started crying like a little kid. I told her everything about my dad, about Rachel, about the robbery, about sleeping in parking lots. She told me her son was about my age. He lived in California now, and she missed having someone to take care of. She made me sleep on her office cats that night. Her place smelled like vanilla candles and old coffee at 4 in the morning. She made me scramble eggs. Didn't ask if I was hungry, just put the plate in front of me and said, "Eat, honey." The next day, she took me to her church meet to Pastor Mike. He had a program for kids aging out of foster care and teens in tough situations. He got me a maintenance job at the church, and let me stay in the guest room above the meeting till I saved up enough for an apartment. The work was simple but honest. Fixing broken chairs. Setting up for Wednesday night dinners. Nobody asked about my past. Nobody asked why I showed up with all my things in trash bags. 3 months later, I ran into my dad at Home Depot, in the plumbing section. He was with Rachel buying stuff for a kitchen remodel. He saw me in my work uniform that said Grace Community Church on the back. They asked how I was doing. Like we were old friends, catching up over coffee. I said I was doing fine. He got defensive, said he was teaching me responsibility. And that one day I thanked him when I made something of myself. Rachel just stood there uncomfortable, shifting her weight from one foot to the other, staring at the floor. I told him the only thing he taught me was how not to treat my own kids someday. As I walked toward the exit, I heard maybe we should have my dad cut her off. He said, "He's fine. Look at him. Sometimes tough love works."